Hello everybody and welcome to Hot Wheels Race Tournament number 35. And let's begin. To start things off, we have 1968 Capo Camaro versus the first out of the 12 debuting cars, Datsun 240Z. A Datsun 240Z takes the win. Next up is Prototype H24 versus Backdrafter. And the winner is Prototype H24. Next up is RD08 versus Bulletproof. And the winner is Bulletproof. Next up is Buzz Lightyear versus Quick and Sik. To infinity and beyond! And the winner is Quick and Sik. Next up is Nitro Door Slammer versus Kylo Ren. And the winner is Nitro Door Slammer. Next up is the second out of the 12 debuting trucks, Porsche Panamera Turbo SE Hybrid Super Turismo. He'll be taking on C6 Corvette. And Porsche takes the win. Next up is Fast Ford WD versus 2019 Ford Range Raptor. The winner is Fast Ford WD. Next up is Time Tracker versus Torque Twister. And the winner is Time Tracker. Next up is the third out of the 12 debuting cars, Alpha Pursuit. He'll be taking on Circle Trucker. And the winner is Circle Trucker. Next up is Indy 500 Oval versus Gray Bone Shaker. And the winner is Indy 500 Oval. Next up is Street Shaker versus the fourth out of the 12 debuting cars, Loco Motorin. And the winner is Street Shaker. Next up is Circle Tracker versus the fifth out of the 12 debuting cars, Forward Force. And the winner is Circle Tracker. Next up is Red Bone Shaker versus the sixth out of the 12 debuting cars, Hologram. And the winner is Hologram. Next up is Turbot versus Honda Racer. And the winner is Turbot. Next up is Pizza Delivery versus the seventh out of the 12 debuting cars, La Fasta. And the winner is La Fasta. Next up is Epic Fast versus Runway Rescue. And the winner is Epic Fast. Next up is Dodge Challenger Drift Car versus Forward Speed. And the winner is Dodge Challenger Drift Car. Next up is 24 Hours versus Twin Mill 3. And the winner is 24 Hours. Next up is the eighth out of the 12 debuting cars, Diaper Dragger Girl. She'll be taking on Z-Rod. And the winner is Diaper Dragger Girl. Next up is Invader versus the ninth out of the 12 debuting cars, Donut Drifter. And the winner is Invader. Next up is 1972 Ford Ranchero versus GT Hunter. And the winner is 1972 Ford Ranchero. Next up is Blue Bone Shaker versus the 10th out of the 12 debuting cars, Lindster Prototype. And the winner is Lindster Prototype. Next up is Power Pistons versus Cyber Speeder. And the winner is Power Pistons. Next up is Black Widow versus Power Piston. And the winner is Power Piston. Next up is Carbide versus Street Creeper. And the winner is Carbide. Next up is Total Disposal versus Hal and Heat. And the winner is Total Disposal. Next up is Scorcher versus Speedbox. And the winner is Scorcher. Next up is Land Crusher versus the 11th out of the 12 debuting cars, Head Starter. And the winner is Head Starter. Next up is 2Jet Z versus Speedy Perez. And the winner is 2Jet Z. Next up is the final debuting car out of the 12, Diaper Dragger Boy. You'll be taking on Snoopy. And And the winner is Diaper Dragger Boy. Next up is your back-to-back champion, Ballistic. You'll be taking on Godzilla GT. And the winner is Ballistic. And the final race of round number 1 is Bone Speeder and Roller Toaster. And the winner is Bone Speeder. Alright guys, here we are, round 2. We're going to kick things off with Datsun 240Z versus Prototype H24. And the winner is Datsun 240Z. Next up is Bulletproof versus Quick and Sick. And the winner is Quick and Sick. Next up is Nitro Door Slammer versus Porsche Panamera Turbo SE Hybrid Super Turismo. And the winner is Porsche. Next up is Fast Forward WD versus Time Tracker. And the winner is Time Tracker. Next up is Circle Trucker versus Indy 500 Oval. And the winner is Circle Trucker. Next up is Street Shaker versus Circle Tracker. And the winner is Street Shaker. Next up is Hologram versus Turbot. And the winner is Turbot. Next up is La Fasta versus Epic Fast. And the winner is Epic Fast. Next up is Dodge Challenger Drift Car versus 24 Oars. And the winner is Dodge Challenger Drift Car. Next up is Diaper Dragger Girl versus Invader. And the winner is Diaper Dragger Girl. Next up is 1972 Ford Ranchero versus Lindster Prototype. And the winner is 1972 Ford Ranchero. Next up is a battle of the Power Pistons. Power Pistons and Power Piston. And the winner is Power Piston. Next up is Carbide versus Total Disposal. And the winner is Total Disposal. Next up is Scorcher versus Head Starter. And the winner is Scorcher. Next up is 2Jet Z versus Diaper Dragger Boy. And the winner is 2Jet Z. And the final race of round number 2 is Ballistic versus Bone Speeder. And the winner is Ballistic. Alright guys, here we are round 3. We're going to kick things off with Datsun 240Z and Quick and Sick. And the winner is Datsun 240Z. Next up is Porsche Panamera Turbo SE Hybrid Super Turismo versus Time Tracker. And the winner is Time Tracker. Next up is Circle Trucker versus Street Shaker. And the winner is Street Shaker. Next up is Turbot versus Epic Fast. And the winner is Turbot. Next up is Dodge Challenger Drift Car versus Diaper Dragger Girl. And the winner is Dodge Challenger Drift Car. Next up is 1972 Ford Ranchero versus Power Piston. And the winner is Power Piston. Next up is Total Disposal versus Scorcher. And the winner is Scorcher. And the final race of round number 3 is 2Jet Z versus Ballistic. And the winner is Ballistic. Alright guys, here we are with the quarterfinals. We're going to kick things off with Datsun 240Z versus Time Tracker. And the winner is Datsun 240Z. Next up is Street Shaker versus Turbot. And the winner is Street Shaker. Next up is Dodge Challenger Drift Car versus Power Piston. And the winner is Power Piston. And the final race of the quarterfinals is Scorcher and Ballistic. And the winner is going to be Scorcher this time! Alright guys, here we are with the semifinals. We have Datsun 240Z, Street Shaker, Power Piston, and Scorcher. And so we're going to kick things off with Datsun 240Z and Street Shaker. And the winner is Datsun 240Z going to the finals in his debut. who will meet Datsun 240Z in the finals? Will it be Power Piston or Scorcher? And the winner is Power Piston. Alright guys, here we are with the finals. We have Datsun 240Z, who is making his debut, looking for his first championship. And we have Power Piston, who is a one-time champion, looking for his second championship. And who's going to win it? We'll find out now. Alright guys, so the winner of Hot Wheels Race Tournament number 35 is going to be none other than Datsun 240Z has done it! He has won his first championship in his debut. Power Piston was really close to getting his second title, and I'm sure he's gonna get it sometime. And congratulations to Datsun 240Z for getting his first Golden Flame, and I'll see you guys next time.